I can't even begin to explain the way you invade my thoughts, like a storm that rages inside of me. Every time I close my eyes, it's your face that takes over my mind, leaving me breathless, overwhelmed, and lost in a whirlwind of emotions. It's as if the world fades away when I think about you. My heart races, my thoughts scatter, and I'm left in this endless moment of longing, trapped in the overwhelming need to feel close to you. Every thought of you is like a tidal wave crashing through my heart, leaving me gasping for air, unsure if I can keep my head above water. The ache is constant, and it pulls me deeper with every passing moment. You're on my mind in every waking second, and it feels like I can't escape. My breath falters, my heart stumbles, and no matter how much I try, I can't stop thinking about the way you make me feel. I don't know how to process the way you take over my thoughts. It's as if you're in every corner of my mind, haunting me with your presence, leaving me breathless and wondering if I'll ever find peace again. There are moments when I can't breathe, not because I'm struggling for air, but because my thoughts of you have consumed every inch of my being, leaving me lost in a world where only you exist. You're everywhere in my thoughts, and no matter how much I try to distract myself, it's your face that fills my mind. It's maddening, beautiful, and painful all at once. I can't seem to escape it. When I think about you, it's like 1,000 butterflies take flight inside my chest. It's overwhelming, yet exhilarating, and in those moments, I feel like I can't breathe without you. My thoughts of you are a labyrinth, and I'm lost within them, constantly searching for an escape, yet finding myself pulled deeper into the maze of my emotions every time I think of you. I try to shake the feeling, but it clings to me like a second skin. Every time I close my eyes, you're there, and the weight of missing you makes it hard to breathe, to think, to exist. Every thought of you leaves me breathless, like I've been running for miles and can't catch my breath. It's not the physical exhaustion that weighs me down, but the emotional toll of missing you. I can't escape this feeling that you've wrapped yourself around my mind. Every thought of you feels like a heavy weight, pressing down on my chest, making it hard to think of anything else. I'm drowning in thoughts of you, and no matter how much I try to swim to the surface, I'm pulled under by the strength of my emotions. You have a hold on me that I can't break free from. The more I think about you, the more I realize how much of myself I've given away to you. My thoughts are no longer mine. They belong to you, and I'm left struggling to reclaim a piece of myself. In the quiet of the night, When all is still, it's your face that fills my thoughts, and the intensity of the feelings I have for you leaves me breathless, wondering how it's possible to feel so deeply. I've become a prisoner to my thoughts, held captive by the way you make me feel. Every time I try to break free, I find myself drawn back to you, unable to escape the overwhelming desire to be near you. You invade every corner of my mind, and it's as if you've taken residence in my heart. The constant ache of thinking about you has me feeling like I can't breathe, but it's a kind of sweet torment I can't escape. My heart races whenever you cross my mind, and it's as if the world around me slows down. The feeling of wanting you consumes me, leaving me breathless and unsure of how to move forward. Thoughts of you swirl around my mind like a storm, chaotic and unstoppable. I'm left feeling disoriented, unsure of what's real and what's just the overwhelming force of my emotions. I try to focus on other things, but every time I close my eyes, you're there. The constant presence of you in my mind leaves me feeling like I'm gasping for air, desperate for a moment of clarity. I feel like I'm suffocating in my own thoughts of you. It's as if you've taken over my entire world, and I can't escape the constant tug on my heart, the yearning that won't let go. Every time I think of you, it's like my heart skips a beat. I'm left breathless, trying to catch up to the emotions that seem to rise and fall with every thought, leaving me feeling lost and helpless. I don't know how to escape the constant barrage of thoughts about you. It's as if you've carved your name into my mind, and no matter how hard I try, I can't erase it. Thinking about you has become my constant reality, and it's all consuming. My heart races, my thoughts scatter, and I feel as though I can't breathe without you invading every part of me. I can't help but wonder if this is what it feels like to be completely overtaken by someone. The way you occupy my thoughts, leaving me gasping for air, overwhelmed by a longing I can't describe. Every thought of you pulls me deeper into a feeling I can't escape. It's as though your presence lingers, weighing heavily on my chest, making it hard to breathe, hard to think, hard to exist without you. You live inside my mind in a way no one else ever has. Every time I think about you, I feel like I'm drowning in the weight of my emotions, unable to break free, unable to breathe without you. There are days when thinking about you feels like an endless marathon, and I can't catch my breath. I try to let go, but the grip you have on me is too strong, and I'm left feeling overwhelmed by the depth of it all. In the silence of the night, when everything else fades away, it's your face that fills my thoughts, and the sheer intensity of my feelings leaves me gasping, as though the very act of breathing is too much to bear. You are a constant presence in my thoughts, and every time I try to push you away, you pull me closer. The emotional turbulence leaves me breathless, and I wonder if I'll ever find a way to breathe without you. My thoughts are consumed by you, and I feel like I'm caught in an endless loop of emotions I can't escape. Each time you enter my mind, it's as if I can't breathe, like the weight of my feelings is too much to carry. I'm not sure how to navigate the whirlwind of emotions you've stirred inside me. Every time I think about you, I feel like I'm falling deeper, struggling to catch my breath in a sea of longing and desire. When I think of you, it feels like 1,000 emotions crash over me all at once. I can't seem to catch my breath, and no matter how hard I try, the weight of my feelings leaves me feeling paralyzed. There are moments when I wish I could quiet my mind and stop thinking about you. But even in those moments, your presence lingers, and the very thought of you takes my breath away, leaving me wanting more. Every thought of you feels like a deep breath that I can't hold in. I try to control it, but my emotions spill over, and I'm left gasping for air, wondering how I've allowed myself to become so consumed by you. You've taken up residence in my mind, and no matter how much I try to clear the space, I'm left with nothing but thoughts of you. It's overwhelming, and I can't breathe without you there. Thinking about you is like falling into a deep, dark hole. It's not painful, but it's suffocating, and I can't escape the grip you have on me, the way you make my heart race and my thoughts scatter. There are times when I close my eyes, and all I can see is you. It's as though your presence has invaded my thoughts, leaving me breathless, consumed by a need to feel closer to you. I can't understand why every thought of you feels like a weight that presses down on me, but it does. I'm left struggling to catch my breath, overwhelmed by the feeling of missing you and wanting you at the same time. It's as though I'm addicted to the way you make me feel. Every thought of you sends a rush of emotions through me, leaving me breathless and wondering if I'll ever be able to stop thinking about you. My mind is constantly occupied by you, and no matter how much I try to focus on something else, you're always there, lurking in the background, making it hard to breathe, to think, to exist without you. You've become my every thought, my every breath, and I'm caught in a constant cycle of longing and desire. The intensity of it all leaves me breathless, and I can't seem to escape the hold you have on me. I can't stop thinking about you, and every time I try, my heart beats faster, my thoughts race, and I'm left feeling breathless, overwhelmed by a feeling I can't explain. The mere thought of you is enough to leave me paralyzed, unable to move, unable to breathe. It's as if you've captured my heart and mind, and now I'm lost in the labyrinth of my emotions. It's hard to explain the way you make me feel. Every time I think about you, my heart races, my breath catches, and I'm left wondering if I'll ever find a way to breathe without you taking over my thoughts. You found a way into my mind, and I can't seem to evict you. Every thought of you is a reminder of how deeply you've impacted me, leaving me breathless and constantly yearning for more. Every time you cross my mind, I feel like I'm drowning in a sea of emotions. The waves of longing crash over me, leaving me breathless and uncertain of how to keep moving forward without you. I can't escape the feeling that you've taken up permanent residence in my heart. Every thought of you leaves me breathless, as if I'm holding my breath, waiting for you to finally be with me. I wonder how it's possible for someone to take over my thoughts the way you have. Every time you appear in my mind, it's like I'm gasping for air, unable to think clearly, lost in the pull of my emotions.